What is going on, everybody? Hope you've all been doing well, and I hope you have been enjoying the new map, Toten, just as much as I have. I got a new job recently, and that was a bit of an adjustment, so I did not get to play a lot in the last week or so, but I did get to round 100 the other day, and that was very satisfying. If you guys want a legit guide on getting to 100 on Toten, then go ahead and leave a like, and if we hit 100 likes, I will make that guide for you. Anyways, today I wanted to go ahead and make a guide for the boss fight against Valentina at the end of the Easter egg. First, we will go over some tips and tricks, and then I will get down to what I found about a handful of different weapons, so stick around because the results will surprise you. First off, the fight is broken into 5 segments, with each transition happening as you deplete her health by 1/5. The fight starts and ends in the secret lab with her teleporting to the tank area by the trial machines, the intersection near the alleyway, and the rooftop where quick revive is. While you're transitioning between locations, I would highly recommend stopping for armor and or craftables along the way if you can, as you have a lot of time to get to the next location and zombies will generally not attack you during this time. If you take too long, she will just teleport you to the next location automatically, so there really is nothing to worry about. You can also shoot her from a distance to have her teleport you if you really want to. She boasts several attacks, and understanding them will give you an idea whether to be on the offensive or defensive. The first attack we will look at causes her to summon tormentors to attack you. The sky will turn red and she will say something related to the tormentors. This is a good chance to attack her, just avoid the tormentors or even throw a decoy / monkey bomb. The next attack is a barrage of what I assume to be crystals. This is a pretty powerful attack and can really do a lot of damage to your armor, so if you're rocking Ring of Fire, now is the perfect time to use it. Otherwise, be on the defensive and get some shots in when you can. She also has a massive AoE attack that is basically a nuke to you. The screen will start glowing a bluish color with white wisps, and when it goes off, it will down you if you are not hiding behind something. Just get behind cover and kill any zombies you see to rebuild your field upgrade. Lastly, she can summon zombies to float near her and restore her health. She will be immune to damage during this time, so take the time to kill all the floating zombies and stop her from gaining any of her health back. If one of those zombies is glowing red, that means that specific zombie is healing her and should be killed first, then focus on the rest. Otherwise, she will generally just float in the same spot and continuously put up a barrier around her. Keep breaking the barrier and doing damage when you can. As far as equipment goes, I would recommend picking up Simtex grenades as you're doing the Easter egg, and don't even worry about tactical items as they'll be discarded when you pick up the Tempest lure for the second to last step. If you want to be really cheeky, you can abuse the Tempest lures to get a free 750 points, 250 from each Tempest, as well as free ammo. Once you do the canister step, you can still pick up the lure once per round and even pick it up during the boss fight. If you don't want to do that, I would highly recommend picking up or crafting monkey bombs, and I would highly recommend making sure you have Mule Kick maxed out. Buy Mule Kick whenever you want, but don't even get a third gun. It gets a little confusing during the boss fight to juggle them, and you really only need 1 or 2 guns. Mule Kick will cause regular enemies to drop ammo, making it easy to keep your wonder weapon stock. In one game I was playing, which I forgot to record, I went to the crafting table and bought a single monkey bomb, but Mule Kick gave me 2 instead. Then during the fight, Tier 4's ability triggered, which let me throw a monkey bomb without actually consuming it twice, meaning I got 4 monkey bombs for the price of 1. If you guys are still sleeping on this perk, then wake up, homies. Alright, now let's get to why you guys are here. What are the best weapons for the boss fight against Valentina? Well, if you all saw my top 5 weapons for Legion, then you know that I do a lot of testing on a lot of different weapons, and this is no different. I went ahead and tested the usual guns. As we saw in the Legion boss fight, a lot of people were claiming that the AMP dual-wield pistols were really good, but I debunked that, and sadly, they're not that great against Valentina either. Each bullet at Pack-a-Punch 3 purple tier did about 900 damage apiece, but in the Ring of Fire did 1500 apiece, and I would not recommend even trying to use these. Now, we did see that against Legion, the M79 grenade launcher was actually decent, as the impact showed 2 floating damage numbers, indicating it doing more damage per shot than you might think it would. Well, we see the same thing here against Valentina. Each direct impact shows 2 floating damage numbers of 3000 apiece for a total of 6000 damage per shot. The only problem is, Valentina's hitbox is obviously much smaller than Legion, so once you break her barrier, it can be a bit tricky to consistently land a hit on her, which is why I would only recommend using this to break that barrier and use something else to actually hit her with. Then I used my tried and true Gallo, rocking the reinforced heavy barrel instead of the task force barrel, got it to Pack-a-Punch 3 and purple tier, and each shot was doing about 1500 damage to her barrier and her actual body. After that, I used my trusty M16, which was also purple and Pack-a-Punch 3, and the floating damage numbers showed the same thing, 1500. Have you guys noticed it yet? Literally every weapon I mentioned caps out at 1500 damage against the boss, whether that's her barrier or her actual body. That's right, this boss has a damage cap. which basically means that all guns are pretty much equal and you should use whatever you like using. Just to make sure I wasn't tripping, I went into the boss fight with the Street Sweeper, both Pack-a-Punch level 3, and then one of them was purple and one of them was legendary tier damage, and lo and behold, they both did a max of 1500 damage per shot. Now, there is actually one exception to this, and that's the CRBRS Wonder Weapon. It seems this gun does about 700 to her at Pack-a-Punch 1, 1500 at Pack-a-Punch 2, and then 2250 at Pack-a-Punch 3. I still haven't gotten the ray gun on this map, as I always go straight for the Wonder Weapon, but I don't think the ray gun would even compare to the Cerberus Wonder Weapon. So, in conclusion, I think there are two obvious choices for what weapons you should be using in this boss fight, and that is the Cerberus Wonder Weapon as well as the Street Sweeper shotgun. If you are going to use the Street Sweeper, you should still take the Wonder Weapon with you and use that to take care of normal and special zombies. Then use your Street Sweeper to focus on Valentina and throw Cryo Freeze on it to take care of Krasny Soldats easier during the fight. If you only want to use the Wonder Weapon, that should work just fine. Just make sure it's Pack-a-Punch 3 and you have Mule Kick to help replenish your ammo, as that gun does have a low reserve of ammo. Otherwise, just make sure you take your time during the boss fight, as there is no time limit. And if you need to, don't be afraid to call on the homie Klaus. There's a radio on the tank near the trial machines, as well as on the Korber rooftop across from the quick revive room. Just stop by one of those spots between phases and call him in. It only takes 2 minutes for him to recharge as well, so if you time it right, you might be able to use him multiple times. A lot of people are struggling with this boss fight, and I struggled at first too. It took me 3 attempts to finally beat it, and it was the Street Sweeper that did it for me. Its fast fire rate paired with the fact that there is a damage cap on the boss just made it the obvious choice for me. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Good luck with the Easter egg fight and have fun out there with this new map. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.